Welcome back to the 4th episode of the 8th season of Conquest of Elysium 5 on my channel. And we are keeping on going with the Priest King. It's been a couple of days since my previous episode. And, well, I've been thinking a little bit on how I want to proceed here. And I got some ideas that we'll get into as we move along here. Now I see this guy is on land. We might be able to take him out if we can. Because he's been roaming the sea and being kind of hard to get to. And he's going to, you know, cause some issues and go and take stuff here if we leave him alone. So if we can take him out, although he is quite powerful, well, if we can remove him, that's going to be good, because we can then kind of leave this area here alone once we retake the place. I think there's like Kobold army here, and there's this Kobold army that we need to deal with. But if we can deal with those, clear out the area, and then we don't have to worry about this area anymore, and then we can start doing other things. Now, as I mentioned, I had some things I want to do, and we will get to them in due time. Unfortunately, those kobolds roamed away. I was kind of hoping to take them on, but apparently that's not what the game had in mind for us. So, I think we can go and retake this market village here, and if we look at this massive slave army, right? I mean, they're trash. And this thing is really freaking good. So we're probably going to lose a lot of our slaves here, if not more. We might even lose the entire army if we have like bad RNG, but I'm going to go for this. Right? Looks like we outnumber this guy, but it's just, he's going to kill so many of these before they even get to him. So I'm just hoping we can surround him before things get too bad, so we just have a lot of attacks going out on him every turn. We could lose this entire army. It is conceivable to this guy, but we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully we only lose a bunch of slaves and not so much else. So that kobold army wandered off in this direction. I'm not a huge fan of that. There's not a lot in here, so I think this we don't need to really worry too much. Like, we don't need to put too many of our forces on that. And just real quick, I'm gonna set these guys up the way I wanted them to, and oh, what? Oh no! Our Rain Temple attendant has become feeble-minded. he can't even cast any spells anymore. Incorrect number of spells memorized. So he doesn't have any spells, for fuck's sake. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Right, either way, what I wanted to do, the idea that I had is I put the Rain Temple guys, or the Rain Magic guys, in one army together with the various frogs that we have available. We'll use Aquarial or Aquarial as the leader for now. So I put the frog dudes in one army, together with these casters here. We'll not be carrying these guys with us. But just, oh, maybe we will, actually. So a bunch of frogs and these slaves here. Right, and then, because, I don't know, what kind of spells this guy have? It's not the best kinds of spells, really. But I can take back this tower here now. And, yeah, so we have one Toad Priest with us as well. And I'm thinking we can just have a pretty froggy army. That's like more utility going around the map and just maybe exploring this area. And summoning up a few frogs here and there along the way. So we take those guys and attack this. It should be more than enough to take on this. I'm just bringing some slaves so we don't lose too many of our frogs. And then we have... so what I was thinking is that we could... like the long-range casters. Like this guy with his moonbeams. He could be the leader of the long-range casters. I want people to have like... Okay, so we can give him... the Blood Priest here. Baxal, like this guy, that guy, and this guy, like anything that has like range 8 or above. Like I want this to be, I want to put this army together with like, what can I say? We got Death Temple Attendant, Sir Sky Temple Attendant. So this army here, like, I want them with a bunch of slaves in front of them. Right? Like, really 7 lines of slaves in front of them. Like 140 slaves. So they can just reach past the front line. And some of them can reach further than that. Basically, it's meat shields meat shields while these casters get to do their thing. And then Montezuma here can just take command of the other army. We need to add some more casters into Montezuma's group in the future, which we will. But for now, let's go up here. And okay, so that's this kobold army. They didn't go too far, and I could have actually taken them on. Now, this isn't the best army to necessarily go for them with, since we have no slaves up front or anything, but I think it will be fine if these kobolds decide to attack. I mean, we're like half their army size, but we have strong casters. Probably gonna lose quite a few units if we go for them, or if they go for us, but I think we'll be fine, just simply due to the casters that we have. So, we pass turn and we see what happens. Yeah, they decided not to attack, and now they're in between both my armies, so, which is fairly good, actually. There's been a battle in the savannah, and let's see how this Tatsu rapes our slaves. Because he will probably rape them quite a bit. What does he have? Earthmeld, Stormwind, and Gust of Wind. Yeah, Stormwind, burst 25 for 1 to 4 damage. I mean, that could easily slaughter a massive amount of slaves in one go. As you see here, he tears the army apart. But we're in his face now, we're doing some damage. I think it's a combat cast or something, I don't know. But no, it isn't, but whatever. Yeah, so, I mean, this is depleting our slave reinforcements greatly here. Let's see, we lost 82 slaves and our tribal king. Of course, the tribal king. Then we don't have a commander to move that army around with. This should have been a fairly straightforward win. Hopefully we didn't lose any frogs of any kind. Nope, just 7 slaves, so it's all good. We should get a tribal king going here now then, I think. So we can pick up this army here and whatever slaves we can summon up in the city here for more slave reinforcements. Or well, not summon up, hunt. Because that's what we do, we hunt slaves. And yeah, so we just continue doing that. It's a bit tedious, but if it gives us more units one turn. No, what the fuck? I hate when that happens. I wish this entire box was like unclickable. I've clicked between the text. Now I sent this guy out. I mean, whatever. It's a few less slaves, but it's just annoying. Like, why? You have to be so damn precise sometimes. You misclick and you do it like fast, like a fast double misclick, and there you go. You could send your army into death or whatever might happen. I'm gonna call this guy Apocalypsion. Apocalypsion, I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't really matter what we call him, but he's going out there with 34 slaves to add to this group here, and then we can link them up with our other armies. And I think we'll take Aquarial here, and just do a ceremony of the Lord of Rain, to get, oh, another priest. Dehydration and Leech. Well, at least he has Leech. I'm not too keen on dehydration, but whatever. So yeah, we have another Toad Priest in the army here. And yeah, I mean, in the end, it's going to be a pretty decent, just rain/toad army. And these kobolds here, they done fucked up, I would say. So we are going to attack them with everything we have. We're probably going to lose quite a few of our frontline units here, but I mean, look at this amount of casters, so right, we're not losing this. I'd be surprised if we did, at least. I mean, it could happen, I guess. I hope it won't. No, we won it. And that's another kobold army that maybe we should get on, actually. Been a battle in the savannah. Let's see how many casualties we did take here. So we didn't take too many, we can take on that other kobold army as well. If we did take too many, well, it could be tough to do. But these guys got weakened, strength and damage decreased by 2. That's very nice. They do have poison spit though. And okay, yeah, these guys have some items on them. We'll have a look at them once we're done here. Yeah, taking a few casualties. Our castles aren't really being super effective yet, I'd say, but they're getting there. Absolutely getting there. Yeah, we murdered them, but we did take quite a bit of casualties doing so. Well, lost 16 slaves, 38 units total, we have 96 remaining. Lost a few of this and that, all the toad warriors, well, most of them anyway, bunch of rain warriors. We did get the items though, and that's good. I didn't really see what was over there, and we have 58 units in this army now, so maybe further attacks with this army would be ill-advised. Should maybe get these slaves to the front line, but... Let's see here, 97. It's just a bunch of kobolds. Right, I think we can use special power Lord of Rain thing again and get some more toads to fill the front lines. And I honestly think we can take this on, if I'm being real here. Now that we have this bottle of living water that will summon up a water elemental as well, I will put that here in the middle of the front line. We just absorb some damage and whatnot. We have this wand of fear that will fear enemies away. Can we give that to... I'm thinking the scout, right? Because it will put him back one line, rank -1. Yeah, so he'll be with the casters with a range of 8 of single target fair, making it less likely that we're going to lose the scout, and well, he'll be able to do some fair stuff. We got Sipaktil, I can't say that name. We're going to call him Fox, the Toad Priest. He's got the Eye of the Old One, so I'm pretty psyched about that being put on one of these guys and not one of our actual casters, because it makes him lose an eye. It gives him regeneration, but with so little hit points, it's not going to be super good. He does have leech as well, so he doesn't really need the regeneration, but the path boosts that come along here with this is not something we need. We don't delve in the, well, we don't dabble in those forms of magic. But yeah, I think we just take what we have here, and we take on this this little kobold army here. And then we move this guy over here to do some more slave hunting. Right, battle in an airy farm. There we go, this thing is gonna be a meat shield. There we go. Doesn't have any armor, but stronger. Strength and damage increased by 2. Doesn't really matter because it's gonna be using spells anyway. Yeah, I mean this is a fairly wide cone. I mean it could kill something straight up if it's affected by 1 to 999 damage. And yeah, I mean we're casting some moonbeams. Maybe we can. I mean we're fairing some units. This army is quite capable. I mean, it isn't much of an army, it's just basically the caster row here. It's substantial and deadly. I think we might want to keep this group together for now. Minus maybe the frog dudes that we can move around for a little bit of utility. Just since there are so many kobolds, and we should maybe go and find the kobold citadels and try to remove them from the game, because they keep coming at me. And it is a bit annoying to deal with all the time. Like they can spawn up so many kobolds so fast, so we're just gonna have to be dealing with these larger kobold armies all the damn time if we don't actually take them out of the game. So yeah, a few casualties were to be expected here. But removing the army is good. We could certainly use these slaves over here now though. Right, okay, well, and we crushed them. Let's check our casualties though. I hope it wasn't too harsh. We lost 10 units. Actually not so bad. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Spoils of war, that's just a bottle of living water that we got back from the guy that died with it. And I'm thinking we go in and take the spider villager and then just kinda regroup our forces in there. Which we'll deal with next turn when they actually have action points again. Everyone here is summoning slaves, that's good. There's nothing particular that we could hire at the moment, I think. Now let's save a little bit of gold actually. Tribal King for 51 gold. I mean, maybe. And then we get just one guy over here hunting for slaves as well. Right? And the other guy. And then they can be kind of utility moving around a little bit as time goes by, trafficking various slaves to the front line and just units that we end up purchasing. I call him Karasan. Just like to name my guys whatever the heck I come up with. So yeah, Aquarial here. Naxal has the... Okay, so yeah, we have this little toad army here, right? We're gonna give the water, living water thing to the frog army. And I think we'll also give them the scout with the fair effect. Just so they have a little bit of oomph to them. So they will have all the items. Although a tiny army, I think it's fine. We can just summon up more units as we move along with them. So we're just going to use them now, initially, to go and take these things. Because I think the kobold army we defeated here, I think that's it looked like it came from here. There was one army over there, so... if we can also separate out the... Tribal King, nothing for him. Not sure where this gateway leads to us. Possibly something we want to go through and deal with. But whatever. So we got this army going here now. And I think for now we just keep this together. We just keep these guys gathered up. Although that's a lot of freaking slaves. Maybe too many. We can... okay, so here we are in the open. We can do a little bit of army restructuring and shuffling here. But honestly, I think it's fine. We just go with these slaves and we keep this army here together now. Just in case we run into... I don't want to split them up into smaller groups just yet. And then we run into like a kobold army that can, you know, divide and conquer us. But couldn't conquer us if we stood together. So we'll take out this spider type villager. What's this guy got? Witchery level 1, that's not too bad. Probably gonna lose a few slaves on this, but that doesn't really matter. And yeah, we just kinda see what happens. And we go and try to locate kobolds with this larger army here. So hopefully the guys that have long range spells will actually start casting them before we lose too many slaves. So yeah, there you go. Some long range spells going out, some blessings and buffs which are completely unnecessary, but you can't deselect them, so yeah. There we go, this guy's now stunned and won't be doing anything else, so we lost a few slaves as predicted, but well, it would be predictable anyway. I'm not sure if I actually did predict it, but if history is anything to go by, we've been losing slaves aplenty, and it's not gonna stop now. I mean, they're a dime a dozen. We have so many slaves already summoned up in the various places here, so... just go with this guy here as well, repeat slave hunt. Over here. And then we go and take these coastal hamlets. We take this coastal hamlet. And that's all the moves they had for now. So not 100% sure where these kobolds are. But we'll figure that out. And I think I want to save some of these sacrifices for Lord knows what, really. Got a Death Temple attendant we could send out. I think maybe we just do that. Spend some for gold, get some tribal warriors. Do like this. Next thing we summon up, we can summon up here. Just so that we have more casters in this pool of units here, so we can split it in two and still have two pretty substantial caster forces. We're gonna do the hunt for slaves and just bring everything here to the front line with our newfound Death Temple attendant. Gonna call him Dax. He's got Disease and Blessing. I hate Disease. Single target dose is not gonna... Okay, it's... Well, it's not... Well, he's kind of trash. I'm not a big fan of these death spells, so like, what's it called? His spell class? Death, yeah. I'm not too psyched on those, but... Oh well, I'm guessing it can be good over time. Either way, we take with us whatever we can here, and we just start trafficking this to the front line. These guys over here can just do whatever they're doing. Take these things here, and we're getting a good amount of blood income per turn, or sacrifice income per turn. We can take this magic library here away from the kobolds. In fact, we can maybe visit this library and yeah, we could save some gold to really get some good spells going here actually. 75 for a level 2 spell. Okay, so let's maybe not spend so much gold and try to save it up to strengthen our spellcasters a bit. The thing is, now we have library level 2, and every level of library increases a chance of being able to recruit wizards. That's not, I believe, units that are like native to this the specific class we're playing, but more like units that are human mercenary type wizards. Another tribal king. I mean, we could just get another tribal king as well, really. We'll spend money on tribal kings and casters that appear. Krakstal. I'm gonna call him Kraksal. I like these double X's, as you might have gathered for yeah, for this class. So, but there we go. Like 3 guys over here summoning up slaves, 7 guys over here summoning up slaves. There's so many slaves around the map that it's actually a bit silly almost. We can maybe have this guy join in with these frog dudes there. Or maybe not. I don't know. We can upgrade the guy that had feeble-minded next turn, although I'm not sure I really want to do that though, because he's still then just going to be level 1. Oh, there's a kobold there. North the Bile Dragon. Range 5. Cone 15. I mean, it's far in the back. Course is fair. All adjacent enemies must make a morale check every combat round. Well, I mean, he's packed deep into her. I mean, it would be where our spellcasters need to shine, basically, this one. So is there any non-level 2 spellcasters we have here? This guy. Okay, we have 1 non-level 2 spellcaster. We're going to take this coastal hamlet as well. And I think next turn we will attack this. And Dax can just kind of roam around, recapture some things. This might be kobold there, but it isn't a citadel. It might be a citadel to them, but not to me. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, this could be the main thing. And we've taken out most of our armies, so we're going to get a little bit more units next time. If we can get spellcast level 2 with 120 sacrificed, then maybe we should be able to take that on and eliminate it. If not, then we're going to get some serious casualties. Look at that. Old Wizard for 403 gold. I mean, we certainly can't afford that, but Wizardry level 3. These things are going to start appearing now. And if we had a gold, I would, you know, this is why now it could be good to just save gold, not spend it on these various units, but only commander caster units. I have no idea what actual spells he has, but yeah, we can't afford them though, unfortunately. Was this guy right? So we use special power, Ritual of Mastery, and then we see what he gets out of that. Stormwind, range 10, burst 25. This is great. I'm so glad we waited. Honestly. That sounds like some married couple that vowed not to have sex before marriage or something, but yeah, I am glad we waited on this one because it has a special effect of stun, negated by strength, and kobolds aren't really that strong. 3 strength. this thing is pretty strong. But we can... Yeah, I mean, that spell is gonna really do some good damage here. We got Power Word, which has range of 4 and does paralyzation. We'll use Power Word, Word of Power, I mean, Stormwind and Gust of Wind on this guy. He just became a lot more viable for our endeavors, and I think we just attack. Honestly, there's a lot of these up front to absorb a lot of the initial damage. And then we got the spellcasters out back here, ready to just cast spells over and just really, from range, just really mess these guys' days up with like moonbeams and moonlight, and hell, maybe we even confuse this guy if we're lucky enough and take him over to our side. Like Bloodburst, Harm, range 8 and 6, and what else we got? More Harm, range 8. I'm looking for one specific guy, like this guy, Thunderhead. Yeah, I mean, it's a slow cast spell to cast, but it's got range 15, and it just kind of goes in the background while it does other things as well. Yeah, I mean, it has some like area of effect burst. I think it works in this way, and I could be wrong on this, so don't quote me on it, but he hits like 3 guys, right? And every time he hits a guy, it also bursts out 1 extra damage on the 6 guys surrounding him. And this is magic damage, so any armor or anything they have, it won't be able to resist it. And oh, this guy's just level 1 still. Okay, well, there's a Death Temple attendant. I'm not a real big fan of those. There's another one that I feel like we had a pretty powerful... Where is that guy? It's Naxal or something. If I can find him. Ah, this guy, the Moon Priest. Oh no, whatever. But he's good. He can confuse these guys. So, yeah, we'll see how it all progresses. This army could certainly... Let's get slaves in this army, right? And then we just pimp it up with toads as we move along. We'll go down here, pick up the slaves that are there. And then we see what we do from there. Maybe we can even pick up these slaves over here as well. Myrmekis. Oh. Armor 2, hit point 3. Acid spray and such. I don't know. That could be not so good for us if they attack here, but we outnumber them. So I feel like if you outnumber the AI, they are unlikely to attack you. Although they probably would win the fight, but... let's hope it doesn't come to that. It doesn't matter if we lose that guy or anything. Oh, hello, there's another kobold army. So I guess we did not take out his only citadel, but we did take it out though. So let's see how this battle went down. Hopefully we didn't lose any of the casters. That would suck quite tremendously. So, I mean, we're boosting our dudes, which I guess that's nice, but it's not really what that's what I'm looking for. That's more like it. Come on, more damaging spells out there. That kobold armor that we saw there looked pretty substantial, actually. Oh, more damage, more things like that. Fantastic, more of that. Less of the blessing stuff and more of the damage stuff. Wait, did this guy get third away? I hope not. No, he's just showing off his skills, turning like casting spells over his back, like just throwing shit over his shoulder, like woof woof, this is so easy. I'll fucking wreck you all. Don't get too cocky now, Daxal. Okay, are some of our castles taking damage here? Yes, Sarif, the priest of the Bloody Mother. He's got regeneration though, so even though he is poisoned, it's not too bad. I mean, I guess a lot of our guys actually have regeneration to counter the poisoning that's coming in, huh? Although, I mean, you get enough layers of poison. Why are these guys just lagging behind here? We need them up front, not the damn casters. Oh. I think so, a bit tricky here. I think we might have lost some casters in this one. Unless maybe we can confuse this guy over on our side. One of his tiles are confused, but I don't know if you need to confuse every tile or something. I mean, we're doing good damage here and all, but if the moonbeams could focus more on this guy. And if we can get more regeneration going out, so I don't lose any of my actual casters, that would also be good. But yeah, focus down this piece of trash here. I mean, regeneration's really doing us some good favors right now. Can we capture this guy? He is confused, right? No, weakened and burning. Okay. Well, it looks like we might not have lost any casters. And now, after killing that thing, then it's just easy peasy after that. So, yeah, let's look at the stats. Yeah, we didn't lose any casters. Fantastic. Did lose 88 slaves, though. And, like, more than 2/3 of our army. 13 tribal warriors, all are moon warriors, and some of our sun warriors. But we got the Bile Dragon, and we got the frickin' place they're spawning out kobolds from. At least one of them. So I think we got them pretty good, though. That should, they should really feel that. Except, well, here is a bunch of green kobolds coming at us. That needs to be dealt with, and it's not going to be this guy that's dealing with it, I can tell you that much. Alright, these guys need to go and pick up slaves down here. Maybe we need to face that army with whatever we can muster up. We'll get another tribal king here. Let's call him Ixtal. And just get more slaves going. With a large enough slave army, we might be able to defeat this, but thing is, this army has been significantly reduced in size. So we might actually want to summon up some units for it, but I don't know if I want to go for these cheap 25 dudes, because they're just gonna die. Right, like, and that's okay. Well, we can take some of these things away from the enemy here for sure. Absolutely gonna be good for us to do that. But we need some units. And now we're getting more blood sacrifices every turn from taking these, so let's just do that, and hopefully we can get enough blood, or sacrifices. I mean, it's called blood sacrifices, but it only says sacrifices, so it's, I don't know. Isn't it blood sacrifice for this class? I'm not sure, but either way, I mean, you can see we got a pretty decent income off it here, like, yeah. And it's only gonna get better as we move along. Unless shit happens and we lose, of course. But I think we got these kobolds pretty messed up right now. Sun Temple Attendant and Death Temple Attendant. We can afford them both, and so we will get them both. Let's see here. Sun Temple and Death Temple. Diaro, the Death Temple Attendant, Decay and Strength. Right, Decay is single target, good. And this guy's got Strength and Sunlight. Single target, basically, I mean, area of effect burst 1, so it's gonna hit one guy. Might as well call it single target at that point. I don't know, maybe there's some distinction between the two that I'm not seeing. Valerian, I don't know. Sorry for the time there, I'm a bit under the weather, so I get these like sneezes and coughs going on. So I sometimes just have to mute myself and let nature take its course, basically. But we're gonna just select hunt slaves for all these guys and get those slaves sent up to the front lines with our new casters, so. And then we'll kind of take it from there. So repeat slave hunt for slaves, la-di-da-di-da. It's a bit tedious to do this for like 7 to 10 tribal kings, or more even, that we have now hunting slaves, but oh well. Oh well. It will yield us a lot of slaves, and that's gonna be nice. I think we'll just pack this all into one large army here. Then we have a Quarial over here that can just go and wait for better weather over here, I guess. Yeah, we'll just have those guys kind of lingering there for now. We'll go and we'll see if there's anything over here that we can take. It doesn't really look like a lot. No, so I think we just send these armies back. We'll check this area out later. And we'll wait for these armies there to get gathered up with slaves and etc. And then we'll see what we do. We will most likely take on these kobolds, so if we're lucky it's the last commander. That would be nice. I mean, we could just keep exploring with these guys while we're here, you know. And split them up a little bit so it all goes faster. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to be running into any kobolds over there, and I do believe that what we have here will suffice. We could get some tribal warriors, we can't afford it. Now let's see, then we have these slave hunters over here. Just do a little bit more slave hunting. And this guy here can go in and pick up these guys and... oh, whoops, messed up a little bit. I mean, by the end of the turn they will be hunting that anyway, so we'll see. We have 277 units, so... to the enemies, not quite that many, but I mean, it's mainly trashy slaves, right, so... but it should be enough against kobolds, if I'm honest. Like, I think this army will do. But I think we're, well, we'll do one more turn, but I think we're creeping up on the 40-minute marker. That's pretty much what I expected. And, yeah. Moon Temple Attendant, 46 gold, Nahwali, we can get both of those. Nahwali's aren't really, it's like a hedge wizard, basically. What was this guy called? Tlahwik Skalpantequitli. Huitzilopochtli. These fucking names. Holy shit. Night Moon Temple Attendant though. For sure we're getting those. I like the spells that they have available. So we're just gonna actually hunt for slaves with these guys and take these slaves with us to the front lines as well. And once we're done here, we can kind of merge these two armies that we get here now together and split them up into 3 or 4 separate armies where we put various caster combinations in them and such. So maybe we get to that in the next episode, if it's in the cards for it. We'll just see. And we'll hunt for slaves. Some more and some more. Lord, is this a tedious task, but oh well, if it has to be done, it has to be done. It certainly doesn't hurt to have these free meat shields in front of our army, so that our casters get more time to do their job, more turns to cast their spells. Unfortunately, they seem to be very fond of blessing rather than damaging, but I'm gonna call this guy Nax. No, not him. Hulit, the Nahwali. And the other guy's gonna be Nax. I know, my name scheme is kind of shit for it all, but oh well. Alright, and then we got these dudes here, and I think we don't necessarily need a tribal king here. What would be better is more slaves. That's a good amount of slaves. Yeah, I'll take that over a tribal king in a fight any day. I think, anyway. I mean, the tribal kings aren't really that strong or anything, but they do hunt slaves, so... there we go, we got a bunch of slaves there, and I'm just gonna attach everything to a Quarial. For now, except for the tribal kings. Just including the casters, it's whatever. And, so this army adds up to about 300 units. 299 with Aquarial in them. Or in it. And we could even get more toad dudes. Actually, I want to see what we might be... okay, so we can get from Tlalox, Rain King with Toad Warrior Retinue. Okay, well, we're gonna try that out, so we can kind of do the Toad Army thing. But okay, let's capture that. Oh, there's another magic library. It isn't even guarded by actual spellcasters, so interesting. We could maybe just take that. Not with this. Oh, it's just the casters roaming under. That's not ideal if someone should attack them, but Well, we're gonna save this battle here for the next episode. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win it, but yeah, we've hit the 40-minute mark, I believe, so we're gonna call it there, and in the next episode you will see us take on this guard tower here. And so far we're doing pretty decently, I would say. We've stomped the kobolds a bit, took out the kobold lair, and hopefully now they will have trouble regenerating. I'm just gonna assume they have a guard tower somewhere that acts as a citadel, and they can't really, you know, muster up much worth of forces right now. Seemingly there is a giant anthill that we need to go and deal with, because there's a lot of these roaming around here, so we need to check out this area and probably locate the giant anthill. So we should actually, the sooner we do that, the better. We do not want to leave that to just spawn out endless amounts of units. But either way, hope you enjoyed the episode, and there'll be a few more ones coming out today. So yeah, you can watch them if you want, and if you did like the episode, I'd appreciate you leaving a like on it, or maybe even subscribing for future content. All up to you, of course, and either way, you can catch me in the next one. Peace out.